Hi, so I'm going to install this water hammer rester on my toilet because every time I flush my toilet and the tank is full or starting to fill up and the water is cut off by the toilet mechanism itself, there is a big thud in the pipes and it makes a loud water hammer noise, or what they call a water hammer noise, in the wall. And the big thud is a little bit alarming for me, so I bought this water hammer rester, and I will have the link in the description area. It is a size AA by Sioux Chief. Now the first thing I'm going to do is shut off the water by turning this clockwise, and try to notice how many turns you actually turn it so that when you turn it back on, you remember how many times you rotated that on and off water switch. So I'm just flushing my toilet and I'm going to let all the water drain, and when I actually unscrew the stuff down below, it is going to start leaking. So as you can see, I'm using my channel lock here, and I am going to unscrew these points. Now, this did take me about 20 minutes to do because it's not as easy to unscrew as one would think, because there's actually two nuts there and they go in opposite directions. So if you have someone that can actually help you hold the top mechanism in the tank still while you're unscrewing this, it will take a lot faster. But for me, I only had myself, so it took a while for me to actually unscrew it. Again, it took me about 20 minutes. So once all the water leaks out, the remaining water from the tank, I will now be just unscrewing these by hand. And try to notice the direction that I am actually unscrewing these, because it might take you a while to sort of figure out exactly what it takes, or what direction it takes to actually loosen these. So you'll notice here I am turning this to the left, so this particular one is lefty-loosey. So after I've removed the faucet, I am going to tighten the nut that holds the plastic flushing mechanism to the tank. And remember to reposition the plastic mechanism in the tank before you tighten this. Now I'm finally going to put the water hammer rester in place, and you'll notice that I do have plumber's tape, white plumber's tape, on plastic threads. And I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for putting white plumber's tape on plastic threads, but I just want it to be extra safe. You know, who knows, that extra expansion might help me a little bit. I know you're not supposed to put it on, plastic on plastic, because there is already that gasket there in the bottom that will help stop the water. In any case, that's what I did. So try to notice the direction I'm turning here, because sometimes it is hard to figure out as you're doing this. Notice also at the bottom, I already put plumber's tape on the copper threads at the bottom, where the faucet hose is going to connect. So after I put on this faucet hose and I open up the water valve, what's going to happen is that the water valve is going to start vibrating really violently. So what's going to end up happening is when it vibrates really violently, I am going to have to turn off the main water supply, and then I'm going to have to open up all of my faucets and let the air out. So don't be alarmed when, after you have put all this on and turning on the water valve, that it vibrates very violently. So I will show you the noise here of what's going to happen when I open up this water valve. So you can probably hear that noise before. Once again, remember to follow those steps as, letting out the air in the water supply. So now I have all the air out, and I am simply turning on the water valve, and it no longer vibrates. And what I'm going to do is test it out. So the water is going to be filling up the tank. And keep in mind, the reason why I'm doing this all in the first place is after it fills up here, normally in the shutoff of this flushing mechanism, there is a big thud. And that thud actually disappeared after I put in this water hammer rester. So it did end up working. And keep in mind, I have a link to where I purchased the water hammer rester and the correct size for that. And you'll notice there is no more thud. And just to give you a close-up of the entire assembly here. But that's really it. That's really what I wanted to show, and I hope your project goes well, and thank you for watching.